Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 4-6. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, it's Bull City Hangout. I tell you what's happening this weekend in Durham, and I invite you to click on that link right there on the Durham Skywriter Facebook page if you'd like to join me on camera, shoot the breeze, say hello, promote your business, special event, etc. So let's get started. Actually, with today being Saturday, that means that I'll only be doing the Let's Go calendar of events page. So I invite you, throughout the weekend, just check on the Durham Skywriter every now and then, durhamskywriter.com, and just see what's happening. And Yona is watching from Raleigh. Hello. Oh, let me put your comment on screen there. All righty. And my plants, the lighting is really weird because I've been having my plants in the background when I'm shooting from my kitchen table, and I hope I didn't do this too early, but a couple of days ago I put the plants out for the summer or summer out on the front porch, and got kind of cold last night, so I'm going to check on them in a few minutes. I hope they're okay. So anyway, let's get started with the Let's Go page. Grabbing my iPad here. Let's see what is happening today in Durham, North Carolina. Okay, the April Cars and Coffee, they go on for another hour. They're at Road Scholars. That's on page road. Let me move my keyboard so I don't. There you go. 5425 Page Road. And usually it's from 8 until 11 on the first Saturday. And basically it's for people who love cars. So they pop the hoods of fancy cars and you ooh and ah and look at the engine and the little motors and all that. So if you love cars, that's where you want to head. Road Scholars on Page Road. Durham Central Park is the home of the Durham Farmers Market, and they are open until noon. Let's see, you can get the your locally grown greens and produce. I don't know if they have plant starts just yet, but usually in early spring, you can actually buy plants and then grow your own, fruits, vegetables, flowers, etc., etc. Also, if you have EBT SNAP, you can get double the worth of what you're paying. So if you're buying $10 worth of produce or items, you can double your money. So make sure that you have your EBT or SNAP. I don't know if it's a card these days or what. But anyway, stop at the table, the manager's table, and see about that. Also, the South Durham Farmers Market, they're also open until noon. They have the same savings. EBT and SNAP, you can get double the money by also shopping at the South Durham Farmers Market, which is open until noon in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center. And that's south on Highway 55. Let's see. Okay, for car lovers, here's another event. First Saturday at Porsche South Point, which is on Kennington Drive, not too far from the streets at South Point Mall. And again, look at cars and the engines and the motors and the wheels and all that sort of thing. So that should be fun. Now, they're usually first Saturday from 9 until noon. Okay, there's a big plant festival going on. It just started. I wish I could go, but I have to prepare for a gig. I'm doing some freelance photography today in Chapel Hill, so I can't go. But let me tell you about it. It's from 10 until 1 at the Cooperative Extension, which is just north of downtown, 721 Foster Street. So it's being put on by the North Carolina State Extension Master Gardener Volunteers of Durham County. That's their formal name. So basically, it's going to be all about gardening. They're going to be teaching you how to propagate plants. They're going to teach you about vegetable container gardening. The first 250 people to get there can get a free plant. So you can plant that with your kid or whatever. You can get a free planting book, a gardening book. And then they're going to have representatives from all of these different organizations there. I really wish I could go. Let me tell you who's going to be there. Keep Durham Beautiful, Catawba Trail Farm, that's UCAN, Durham County Beekeepers, New Hope Audubon Bird Friendly Habitat Certification Program, North Carolina Native Plant Society Triangle Chapter, Durham Public Schools Hub Farm, Digging Durham Seed Library, North Carolina Central University Community Garden, Gardens for Everyone / Interfaith Food Shuttle, the Black Farmers Market, 4-H, Briggs Avenue Community Garden, and the Durham Garden Forum, Master Gardener Volunteer Speakers Bureau. That sounds like a beautiful event. Beautiful. It just started and it's going into one. Free admission. Now, they do have parking around the building, but I think a lot of people are going to be there, so you might have to find parking on the street somewhere, or you might want to park maybe downtown and walk up. It's up to you. Maybe along, you could probably park. Oh, I would park at the side of the ballpark, the historic ballpark. That might be a good place to park. There's some parking spaces along Gear Street, probably. But anyway, I'm sure you'll find a place to park. And maybe even you might be able to find spaces on Foster Street. We'll see. Or Washington Street. Okay, let me continue. Here's another great event that's happening today. The Durham Partnership for Children, they're hosting the Early Head Start Spring Fling. Just started a few minutes ago, and we'll go until 2 o'clock at Solite Park, which is 4704 Fayetteville Road. So you can learn all about pre-K, pre-kindergarten for your child, get help filling out the application. Sometimes people get a little confused. There's a lot to fill out there. Get some help with that. Get help in English and in Spanish for the upcoming school year. They're also going to have fun times for the kiddies. They're going to have face painting, bouncy houses, all kinds of fun, all ages activities, free admission, and there's parking right there on the little road going towards Solite Park, so you should be okay there. They also have a parking lot within the park itself. Family story time at the Southwest Regional Library starting at 10:30 for little kids, 3605 Shannon Road. Now at 11 o'clock, TACA, and that is the Autism Community in Action. So the TACA Gathering for Parents of Kids with Autism, they're going to be meeting today at 11 o'clock at the Red Robin Restaurant on New Hope Commons Drive. It's right over there by the Walmart off of 15501. So basically, you get general information on the latest research regarding autism, therapies, nutrition, that sort of thing. Get some tips. They don't offer official medical and legal advice. They don't do that. So, but still, there's a lot of information for parents and guardians of kids with autism. It's like free admission, but of course, you pay for your own meal. It is, after all, Red Robin Restaurant. And I went to Red Robin once, and one thing I do remember, they've got a fabulous salad bar. I don't know if they still do because of this is pre-COVID when I went. But let me know if they still have the fantastic salad bar that they used to have, at least, that I knew about before COVID. Let me know. Okay, it is Small Business Saturday at Pure Soul. That's the vegan restaurant on 15501. So today's business that they will be featuring is Sweetly Rooted by Tasala. That's today from 11 until 7. So it's a vegan restaurant, and they're featuring a vegan bakery. So they're going to have in their lineup dark chocolate chip cookies. I hope I'm not making you hungry. Gluten-free almond joy cookies, gluten-free strawberry vanilla granola, gluten-free blueberry almond granola, and gluten-free nutty chocolate chip granola. This is a monthly pop-up shop. So if you want to be featured, let them know over there at Pure Soul Vegan Restaurant. Boxyard RTP, they will be featuring music curator and producer DJ Wicked during the next Saturday's music series. That's going to be today 11:30 until 2:30. Boxyard RTP is at 900 Park Offices Drive, right off of Highway 54. It is an outdoor venue, so you might want to wear a little jacket. It's a little airish today. Children's story time starts at noon at Barnes & Noble on New Hope Commons Drive, and that's for little dinky kids from noon until 1. I didn't even know that Duke University had a Native American Indigenous Student Alliance, and I certainly didn't know that they had a powwow. I do know about North Carolina, North Carolina School of Science and Math. They have an annual. They've been having powwows for at least 15 years, 20. I don't know, but Duke University has one too. I had no idea. So at Penn Pavilion, which is at 107 Union Drive on Duke's West Campus. So they're going to have a Native American powwow today starting at noon. That's the grand entrance is at noon. So that should be lots of fun. Also, now people who are living on the north side of Durham are probably wondering, why don't we have a farmer's market? Well, you do. Today is the grand opening of the North Durham Farmers Market. Starts at noon and will go until 4. Oh, Dr. Hersey's here. I'll bring him on right after the weather. Okay. So the North Durham Farmers Market is brand new, brand spanking new. Today is their debut from noon until 4. The address is 1016 Old Oxford Road. I thought it was Old Oxford Highway. Anyway, that's what it says. So you can get your fresh produce and homemade products, handcrafted items, etc. And one thing I need to find out is if they're going to be like the other two farmers markets where you can double your money by having EBT or SNAP. If they don't, I'm going to see if maybe they could, implement that. That would be really nice for low-income shoppers to encourage everyone to eat well. Okay, starting at 2, Latrice McFadden Muhammad and the Triangle Wealthy Group, they're co-hosting the TWG Presents Setting Up Your Business for Success. She was on the show yesterday. So this is going to be at the Self-Help Community Space, 302 West Main Street. It's actually across the street from what is known as the Self-Help Building. You probably didn't know that they also own that short building across the street. It's right by CCB Plaza. So there should be plenty of parking downtown. I think you have to pay on Saturdays, if I'm not mistaken, if you want to take the bus downtown and not even worry about parking. Bus fare is free. So anyway, just saying. So this is on Main Street, 302 West Main Street. Learn what it takes to start and run a successful business. They're going to have all kinds of people there. They're going to have one-on-one consulting, float your business ideas around, let people know that you're going to start a business, do some networking, and like I said, learn the ins and outs about financing your business, marketing your business, and running it successfully. That's going to be today at 2:00. Oh, and be sure to click on the link so you can register real quick. It is free, but they do want you to register first. So if you don't mind doing that. Also happening today, the Triangle Autism Discussion. It is first Saturday. So from 4:30 until 6, the LGBT Center of Raleigh, they are hosting the discussion. You don't have to be a member of the LGBT community, but they are the gracious hosts. And they talk about different issues dealing with autism from 4:30 until 6. And that should be really interesting. It's on Zoom. I have attended a couple of times. And that should be really nice. Also happening tonight, the Retro Cats. They will be reinterpreting familiar old country, folk, and rock songs during this free concert they'll be offering at the Sacred Grounds Coffee House, the Christian music venue, 2700 North Roxborough Street in St. Paul United Methodist Church, starting at 7:30. It's free, and donations will be graciously accepted. Now let's see what's happening tomorrow real quick, and then we bring on Dr. Keith Hersey. Sunday morning meditations at the Shambhala Center of Durham. If you always wanted to learn how to meditate, that's where you need to go. It's right off of 9th Street. So that's from 9 until noon. It's a drop-in event. You don't have to be there all 3 hours. Come and go as you please. Learn how to do sitting and walking meditation. And if you simply just can't make it in, then you can attend via Zoom and still learn how to meditate. Now, the Durham Really Free Market, that's going on tomorrow. It's from 2 until 4. And this is where, let me tell you where it is. 1200 West Lakewood Avenue, across from the Lion Park Playground. Not in, but across the street. And there's parking around the park on the other side. You'll see. Now, here's how it works. You don't sign up. You don't register. There's no money ever exchanges hands. You simply bring items you no longer want. Of course, it has to be items that's worth giving away. So you set out your blue tarp from Dollar Tree or Family Dollar or whatever, or bring your card table, set that up, put the items on top of the table. And basically, people just walk by, and if they see something they like, they say hello, and they pick it up and take it home. You could also just arrive and just take things for your new apartment or whatever. You don't have to, no strings attached. You can donate things and you can take things. It's a really free market. That's exactly what it needs. I just found out there's going to be 2 Durham really free markets. There's one tomorrow happening, across from Lion Park. But the north side of town also has a really free market, but it's on a different day. I'll remind you about that later. Okay, the Emerald Doulas, they're hosting the New Dads Meetup. And this is for all kinds of dads, local fathers, soon-to-be dads, in other words, and also anyone who has very young children, and anyone identifying as a father. They are welcome to the New Dads Meetup at BB's Crispy Chicken, 3109 Shannon Road. That's going to be tomorrow from 3 until 4:30. Get tips on this wondrous journey that you'll be undertaking. It's a peer-to-peer support group. Get some tips on how to be a dad. Let's see. Triangle Dance Studio, they're going to have their Sunday Salsa Social tomorrow, 6:30 until 9:30. This is let's see, at the Triangle Meeting Space on South Miami Boulevard. Put on your dancing shoes and get ready for that. Let me put my iPad up and give you some weather real quick, and then we'll meet with Dr. 𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗬. Right now, it is 48 degrees. It is a little airish out there, as my great-grandmother used to say. Never got to meet her, but I heard this is what she used to always say. It's going up to 61, and it's going to be sunny just about all day long. It might start getting a little cloudy around dinner time, but for the most part, we're going to have a sunny day. Now, tomorrow is going to be sunny all day again, and it will go up to 65. So it's inching up again. Next week, it looks like we're going to have pretty much all 70s, and I'm here for it. All righty. Let's see what's happening with Dr. 𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗬. Let's bring him on. Dr. 𝗕𝗓𝗧𝗬, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there. I'm happy to see you here because I'm ready for this nice weather.
Oh yeah, I am too, and hopefully all the cold days are behind us. I hope.
Definitely. So what's new with you? How's the farm team and everything?
Oh, we're doing fine, and I just wanted to come on today just to inform you and your viewers about a program that I will be hosting virtually next Thursday, and I'll email you the details as well.
Okay.
It's a virtual. I'm doing this in conjunction with White Rock Baptist Church.
Ooh.
It's going to be it's going to be a webinar on diabetes and pre-diabetes.
Okay.
Get the facts. So we're inviting the whole community. If you have, I'm going to be giving a lecture just about diabetes and pre-diabetes, what to look out for. If you have any questions, if you have type 2 diabetes, about treatment, and also just, I guess, some tips as far as being able to manage the condition. So inviting everybody that's if you have diabetes or you're concerned about it, even if you don't have it, maybe have a family history, or maybe like what's unfortunately happening to more and more people when they go for their annual checkup, that the doctor may say something about that you're maybe in a pre-diabetic state, and just what that means, what a pre-diabetic state means, and what can be done from that point, that it not necessarily have to go into fall into type 2 diabetes. You're at a stage where you can kind of go one way or the other. If you want to not go into the type 2 diabetes stage, some suggestions and tips to keep you from falling into that.
You know what? A friend of mine, some years ago, her doctor told her that she was in danger, getting diabetes. He told her she was pre-diabetic. So he told her if she lost weight, that maybe that would help. So she started walking every day. She lost half of her weight, and now she's not in danger of getting diabetes. It's not, not just, she not only started walking every day and losing weight, but she changed her diet drastically.
Yeah.
Drastically.
And then, like I said, I'll go over it on the program, but those are probably like the two most important things that that you can do, whether you're pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic, to get everything, keep everything in control.
Definitely. So when is this show?
It's going to be on Thursday, this coming Thursday at 7 o'clock. And like I said, it will be virtual. I'll send you the link, and I can put the link in the comment section as well for today. Okay. And so, like I say, anybody's invited. If you got an internet connection, doesn't matter where you're at. Family can be in California, and it could be someone that has a question that's, they're welcome to anybody wherever you have an internet connection. Okay. It's welcome to join us on this program. So I just want to let people know about that.
I appreciate it. So is this going to be on Zoom or YouTube?
It's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be on Zoom, yeah.
Have you considered putting it on YouTube, like after the fact?
I will have to see, like
repository,
Yeah, well, I'll have to see. I could check with the church. I don't know, since they're providing the Zoom space. Okay. So I'll have to check with them.
Yeah, check with them, because I know you have a show anyway.
Yeah.
And it is listed on the health page of the Durham Skywriter.
All right.
But yeah, that would be a good idea to have it on YouTube, because once you do a show on Zoom, you can't find it again.
Yeah.
And even after the fact, if you put it on YouTube, then you could always go back to it.
Okay.
Because you have great information. You always do.
Yeah.
And it's worth hearing again.
Yeah, and thank you for that too. Is that also, like I said, a reminder that I do have a podcast. We usually try to put a show out like every couple of weeks. And anywhere that you listen to podcasts is called Destroying Diabetes. So anywhere that you listen to podcasts, you should be able to listen to it. And I have a real good episode that's coming up that I'm speaking about the relationship of diabetes and eye health. And my guest is Dr. 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. He's an ophthalmologist at Duke. So that's hopefully that will be coming out, I think, on next Friday.
Remind me about that too, so I can add that. When I was back in Chicago, I had a newspaper there, called the Southside Scoop, and I had a radio show, and I used to periodically have a, oh, what's the word for foot doctor?
Podiatrist.
Podiatrist. And he would come on every now and then and remind people with diabetes to check their feet every day because I didn't know this, but apparently a lot of people with diabetes lose the feeling in their feet for some reason.
Yeah.
And if they stepped on something or if they cut their foot, they might not even feel it.
Yeah.
And that's he said that is a major reason why they eventually have to have their leg removed because they don't feel it,
Yeah.
and then it gets infected
Yeah.
and it gets worse and worse. It happened to my grandmother, although I was a 9-year-old kid, so I don't remember how her leg got infected or whatever. They called it gangrene.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the only kind of infection. I don't know. That's what she had. So,
Yeah.
so that's one thing I just love to add, that just to check your feet or have a family member, if you don't have the mobility to check the bottoms of your feet easily. Have someone to look at least every day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and it is crucial, and I'm trying to line that up in a future episode, the podiatrist to come on and just have an episode on just that, because that's really crucial. Like you said, that's the leading cause of amputations is due to complications with diabetes. So, like I said, with having diabetes, that you can lose sensation in your feet. That's like one of the actually first things that, if your diabetes is out of control, that people may experience. So usually like that, or you have like nerve pain. Those are probably like the two biggest things that people may experience if a diabetes is not under control. And like I said, like that's the leading cause of amputation. Diabetes is the leading cause of blindness, which we talk about in the upcoming podcast. And so that's something. It affects, if it's out of control, it affects all of your organs. So that's why it's so crucial to have control of that, because it affects everything. Yeah, I mean, it can affect your like your brain health, affect like your kidneys. One of the big reasons for people kidney failure is through complications with diabetes. And like I said, like your eye health, and what you mentioned, like with your feet, the leading cause of amputations is complications related to diabetes.
How can you become blind though from diabetes? Do you happen to know? I'm just curious. If you haven't
You can, because the diabetes, like over time, like having the excess blood sugar deteriorates like your blood vessels, and so like your blood vessels and your eyes are pretty sensitive, and usually that can cause like the blood vessels, especially going to your retina, to deteriorate, and then you end up with retinopathy. And that usually is usually like the cause of like most patients of going blind, because eventually like the blood stops going to parts of your eyes, and it deteriorates, and then you lose your vision. You can have it go from blurry vision to no vision at all.
Yeah. I would hope that would be reversible. They could reopen the pathways.
Yeah, and that's something what we talk about on the podcast, is that you don't want to get it to where there's like severe damage, because sometimes that damage cannot be reversed after, so you don't want it to get to there in the first place. That's where we talk about the importance. Everybody should have eye exams, whether you have diabetes or not, but particularly if you have type 2 diabetes, it's almost mandatory that you have your eyes checked on a yearly basis.
Good idea. Wow. So this is going to be Thursday at 7 on Zoom. And,
Yes.
and I will definitely post this in the Skywriter, and I will also mention it during Bull City Hangout on Thursday.
Okay.
For sure. So what new do you have at the, you always have something at the pharmacy, like you have different ways of helping the community with donations of this and that. I think the last time I was in your pharmacy, we had a couple of bins out where people could donate feminine hygiene items to help young women.
Okay.
You have
Yes.
that?
Yeah. So we've been doing that, and actually, today was the wrap up of our first wave of donations with that. So we're going to donate what we've already have with the organization, and we look like that. We probably will be starting another drive, probably in the next week, going up to through Mother's Day, to to help boost that. Like I said, we partner with a group called the Period Movement, and they group. They're a national group, but they have a Durham chapter, I guess.
Yeah.
And what they do is try to provide period parity, because people that don't have a lot of money, feminine products can be, pretty expensive, and it's something that it's something that you have to have. It's not something that's, optional. And if you don't have limited resources, I mean, that can be, a struggle. So they try to gather donations and provide them for people that have limited means, so they can get free feminine products. So that's something that we've aligned ourselves with, and we think it's like a good cause. It's something that a lot of people don't necessarily think about. So we always try to provide a cause maybe somebody doesn't think about that much. Just like in the Christmas, we do with the rescue mission with about underwear and socks. A lot of times people don't think about that. People that are unhoused, that that's things that we take for granted, just like underwear and socks, that they don't have that, and that's so crucial, especially in the winter if it's cold, and then if you're outside in the elements and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I read somewhere that socks is the number one repair in homeless people when it comes to clothes. So, I like how you help the community. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, be sure to post links in the comments, and feel free to email me with
Yeah, I'm definitely.
on your next Destroying Diabetes podcast. Because I just have like a general announcement on the web page, but I'd like to be able to tell you when to actually tune in. So, excellent. Well, thank you, Dr. Hersey. What do you have planned for this weekend? It's not quite planting weather yet. I don't know if you're a gardener or what.
No, it's always, this time of year always have some spring cleaning that you can do. So I guess I'll work on some of that. Yeah.
I'll definitely get into that. I was just looking around my house and really looking at it with a judgmental eye. Because sometimes you get used to clutter, you get used to things, and when you really look, it's like, oh my goodness, I need to take care of it.
Yeah.
In fact, I bought a 50-pack of trash bags to inspire me to get started. So with that, I'm going to end this because I actually have to go to Chapel Hill. I'm going to be taking pictures for a baby shower today. That should be really cute.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me on. I said I always appreciate your support, and I will put that in the comments and email you that information as well.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Hersey, and I'll see you real soon.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Right. That was great. I love it when people drop by, especially people like Dr. Hersey, who is really looking out for the community with information, inspiring us to donate to people who are needy, et cetera, et cetera. So, with that, I do hope that you have a beautiful weekend. Check on your elders, make sure they're okay. And I'll see you on Monday. Be sure to read the Durham Skywriter at durhamskywriter.com. And I'll see you Monday at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.